Hi, friends. In our time together today, I want to encourage all of us, myself included, to learn to play well enough so that you could pour yourself into playing a tune so that you can personalize it and express it as you're feeling it. You know, I frequently say that knowing the story behind a tune really helps us understand how to play that tune. Although, to be honest, we rarely have access to the original version of a tune. Even if we do know the first setting of the tune, even if we know the full history of the tune, that doesn't necessarily mean we're obliged to stick to the printed page of the notes as the only valid version of that tune. You know, we honor the composer by playing their tunes. We also honor the composer by personalizing their tunes. I do think it's so important to keep the core of a tune intact. You should be able to recognize it. Even when I was learning to improvise, when I was a younger musician, playing the saxophone, I was told, well, you've got the core of the tune. Stay in the key, stay in the core, and have a good time. And it was expected that I would mess around with the tune. And we expect that in big band with a solo. We expect that in jazz. We expect that in a jam session. We expect that out of an Irish air, don't we? We don't always expect that everywhere else. But we need to become good enough musicians that we can do that at any time with any tune. We honor the musician, the composer, by being the best musicians possible, by pouring ourselves into our own interpretation of their tune. We think, oh, classical music, well, that doesn't happen there. Even in classical music, where there is a huge commitment to keeping the tune, there are a wide variety of different expressions of tunes. You look at this symphony is going to play that tune differently. That whole symphony is going to be played differently than over here by this other group. This one plays it with a full orchestra. This one, they're just using strings. This one over here has a pianist doing the solo. This one has a violinist doing the solo. It is so different. This one over here brought in a whole orchestra and they're singing the words with it. Even in classical music, we're honoring the composer by adding personal flavors to what we play. I wanted to share this with each of us. I want you to know that you have personal freedom of expression. Now, if you're playing in a session somewhere, wherever it might be, and you're not the leader of the session, well, you follow the leader. If you're playing in a group, you follow the leader. But you might personalize it well. When you're sitting around the house, you personalize it. Enjoy the tunes. Pour yourself in. Learn the core. Experiment with it and personalize the tunes. But, and this is the important but, it's important for us to become the best musicians possible with our whistles or whatever instrument you might be playing if you're watching this and playing a different instrument. Because when I am my best self as a whistle player, I am then better able to pour emotion and ornamentation into a tune while honoring that tune and keeping the core of the tune the same. Keep the core intact, but let the core be the springboard for you to personalize that tune using all of your abilities. So grow in your abilities so that you can take full advantage of personalizing a tune. just wanted to encourage us in that way, my friends. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling.